Hey, it's Dan, and welcome to Unified Gaming. So, you're after a Chronomancer that plays like a sorcerer wizard that stops time, freezes things in its track, and you can get online really early, like level 35, 36, up to like 40, like really early. In this one, I want to show you just that. This build does require you to have 2 ascendancies. Is it the best min-max build? No, but what we are trying to do is to experiment with the tech to find a way to increase time freeze from a mere 3 seconds, which it currently has, to like 10 seconds already at such a low level, and we've achieved that. I've seen a few videos of people doing very similar stuff, so just, a massive shout out to those people, especially Bada over at YouTube. He's got some great ideas, to check him out. But I really want to play this as a frost sorcerer with like time magic on it, rather than just a minion spam. So yeah. If you're unaware, what is like a Chronomancer? It's the sorcerer ascendancy, and it focuses on time manipulation. So being able to reset your stats with temporal rift, freeze time, locking enemies in place. They can't move, but they can be hit, they can be frozen, they can be burnt, etc, etc. And you can use this with like any weapon type. So quite a common thing is Hammer of the Gods. We're going down spells. So with that kind of out of the way, what is time freeze? Time freeze, as I kind of said, freezes time for 3 seconds, and enemy who get caught by it, they just can't move, they can't do anything. So I'm going to kind of show you what this looks like in a moment, and it's just worth noting it has a minute cooldown, which is insane. And if you happen to use it 2 times, or when a friend uses it within 30 seconds, the effect is reduced by 50%, so it's like halved. So yeah, what does this actually look like then? Well, if I find some enemies, I'll show you. We're just going to look and just grab quite a few people together. And this is a level 43 character, so quite low level. So here's some enemies here. With the time freeze, it does this. They can't move, they got a little icon on them, you can damage them, etc. If I do it again, they'll be frozen for longer, for less time, sorry, but you can obviously still hit them. So I'll do it again. I will hit them this time. So you can see, like, we are hitting them. They do take damage. So the question kind of is, well, Dan, like, why would you use this? It's 3 seconds, it's garbage. Like, the other sorcerer ascendancy is way better with like the Gale and just Arcane Surge always. This becomes really powerful if you build into this, and that's what this is about. So you'll see at the moment that our duration is 4.75 seconds, so slightly higher than the 3, and that's because we are using this persistence gem. And this means anything with skill effect duration, so such as persistence, will increase how long this lasts. So that got me thinking about how else could we get skill effect in our weapon, in our passives, in our items, etc, etc. I did some googling, I did some of the Bada work, which, check them out, and I found that you can get this online really early, like really quick. So I'm going to quickly just switch to my weapon set 2, and you will see that this has gone from like 4.7 to 9.7, so it's almost doubled. And then you can, because it's a ailment and a status on the enemy, you can also use temporal chains when you get it, which will increase the duration of debuffs, like basically this, further. And obviously we can see that here, I don't have it on this character here, but it increases the duration of them. So it is really good, which means we can make this last like 15 seconds with this just current setup, just by getting temporal chains and just using this item. So how do we do this? You need to get this item over here called Arvil's Wail Hardwood Taj. It increases the skill effects by 50%, which means when we have this on, our skills last longer. What I did test as well is that if we cast a skill when this is on, and we change back to our main damage bar, the effect still stays on them, that bonus time is still there. And we can show that by respawning at the checkpoint to reset our cooldown. And I'll find the same group of enemies again. But this time I'll put my shield out, and you will see there's a significant difference in how long it lasts. So here they are. So you can see the little snaky person's like frozen for absolute ages, yeah? I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to freeze the ants as well and then go for damage. So froze them, swap bar, you'll see the ants will stay longer than the snake person at the back. because the snake person was already hit once with this before, but it's quite a substantial difference in like time. Like by doing this tech, it makes a huge difference. So I'm just going to reset it because I'm going to do a boss quickly to show you what it looks like with the boss, and why this kind of tech becomes very powerful, especially in duo play. So what we're doing is we're using this hard Taj. We have this on our back bar, and you have to go into your skills, and you need to have something that can pull this out. So you could go and pick any of these skills, for example, like say Frostbite, Hypothermia, and then you could go and tell it to be only on weapon set 1 or weapon set 2. If it's on weapon set 2 and I cast this on the back bar, what will happen is it will then pull up my shield. I normally have this on the front bar only, so all of my damage skills are on the weapon set 1. And then what I then do to pull out the shield is I use the raised shield, which comes with the shield. And the reason I have to do this is, unfortunately, Time Freeze doesn't have a only available on weapon set 1 or 2 option yet. I think that's like an oversight. But the workaround is you put the raised shield in the back bar, pull it out, then cast Time Freeze. And then things will like die. The other way to extend it further is then also to look for other sources of skill effect duration. And in our tree, we only have 10 weapon sets, but we've still got a lot of skill effect duration over here. You'll see there's 2 clusters, this set over here on this left, and there's a chaosy set over there. There are some more south down here, and you can also get some jewels that also increase it too. So like this is 13% increase. So over here we have 10, 20 and 20, that's 40 in this section here. Over here we have 5, 10, 15 and 15, so that's 30. So 40 and 30, 70 effect already there. We then also have this 13 on our socket. This can be a 15 if you get a good roll. And to avoid our damage being hurt, all I've done is built it normally and just branched off to grab these little nodes. That's it. And then on weapon set 1, all of this cold stuff turns on. And then when I go into weapon set 2, you will see that all of this tech now turns on. So at level 10, you can get a really long time freeze, which is insane. And what's really strong with this is that you could freeze the enemy. Whilst they are frozen, you then cold snap them, and then you time freeze. Because then whilst they're frozen in time, the debuff on them, for freeze immunity, wears off. So we're going to show that now. We are with a boss, and I'm just going to put on my hypothermia because it just turned off for some reason. There we go. So we've got boss here. I want to hit him with a curse, go from freezes. He's frozen. He's going to break that in a moment. Go for a time freeze. Ready? Now he's frozen. And I can just keep wailing on him. And obviously I can put out other stuff. Go for another time freeze. But he's dead. So you can see, like, when you get your damage up higher and higher, you can burst through bosses really quick and they can barely hit you. And as I said earlier, if we get the temporal chains, which is level 52, you can then also increase the duration of this, which is insane. I also have some other ideas of how to have like a slow radius around us, so like a slow aura. And I was going to utilize slow effect and apex of the moment. So I need to get my third ascendancy for this, but that's kind of where we are with the Chronomancer. It's a Chronomancer frost build, focusing on freezing enemies, stopping time, rewinding itself if you need to. If you like this build and you want to see more of this, where like see how far we can push it, let me know in the comments. Obviously, a bit about me, as I said, I'm not like a PoE expert. I'm new to the game. I love the content so far. I love playing the game, and I want to just show more wacky out there builds. So if you like that kind of stuff, then do get subscribed, come on board. But I want to say thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. So until then, take care and bye.